Hi everybody, it's Kathy. I love to be selling and I want to share some great sales tips for you right now so that you can use these tips so that you're not stopping sales, rather you're welcoming sales. And this is what I want to share with you. Right now I've got some stale inventory. I'm in an area of sales where an enormous amount of competition has come in and it has really driven the prices down. So I've chosen to liquidate some of my inventory. I hung in there for a while thinking perhaps the price would bounce back up. It has not bounced back up. So I need to liquidate a decent amount of inventory. So what I've been doing to do that is running some 50% off sales. And markup on these items is quite a bit, so I'm still making some money, which is nice. Some of them I'm losing money, some of them I'm making money. So I'm coming out about even, making a little bit of money. The big thing is I'm getting my cash back that I invested in this inventory. So this just happened to me, and I wanted to share with you. So I'm running a 50% off sale, and when I run 50% off sales, I do them very short duration. Just 24 hours or 48 hours to give it a sense of urgency. So the person comes in and goes, oh, this is 50% off. Let me get this now. Let me buy it. Yay, what a great deal I've got. So I have my items 50% off and I have best offer left on the items. This is a sale I'm running in my eBay store. So they are fixed price and they are best offer, which means people can come in and make an offer on the item. And I did not remove the best offer from the 50% off items. So this customer comes in and the item is already 50% off and they give me a very low offer. And I was like, this is already 50% off. Don't you realize what a great deal you're getting? And I was tempted to hit decline. And then I went, wait a minute. They're looking to get a deal. There's nothing wrong with getting a deal. This is too low. As much as I want to liquidate my inventory, what they're offering me is just way too low. So I countered and I came up just a little bit underneath what the 50% off was. And I just said, the item's already marked down 50%. It's only going to be at this 50% off price for another few hours. And then I countered a price which gave them another couple dollars off because you know what? Hey, they're looking to get a deal. And I sent my counter offer back and it sold like that. Yay. Now, this buyer had made offers on 2 items and I countered on both items with the same phrase and the same price. And they bought one and paid for it like immediately. I was like, yay. But they decline the other. And this is my bonus tip for you. Should you counter and the person declines and you go, I really want this sale. Sometimes people don't know about going back and forth. They don't know they can haggle. They may be a new shopper or for whatever reason they just decline it immediately. And you really want to get this item sold. And this shopper was already buying one item. And I go, you know what? Because they're buying the one item, I can package the 2 together. I can bring down that price of the other item that they have won a little bit more than what I had countered. And let me see if I can get that item sold too. Because again, my goal is to liquidate inventory. My goal is to get this stuff moved out. So I went to the item that they had bought and paid for. I hit contact buyer and I said, hey, that other item that you were interested in, if you submit another offer, and I gave them the dollar amount, I would be very glad to accept it as I can save a few dollars on the shipping because you're buying this item. And I sent it along. They bought it immediately and they paid for it immediately. And it was just $5 less than the counter price that I had given them before. So what I want to say is if somebody declines something immediately and they've bought something else so that you're able to package it together, use the contact buyer. And that's what I really want to encourage you when you're using best offer is, again, people don't always know the back and forth, is be polite. Just say, this is the best price that I can offer you. If they are in the United States and you're in the United States and you're giving them free shipping, let them know that. But you're starting a dialogue. And this is a wonderful thing. You have a customer that's interested in one of your items, and dialogue. Be willing to go back and forth a little bit on prices and see if you can get the item sold, because that's the whole goal, is to get the item sold, and they're interested in buying your item. So keep that in mind. I do see sometimes, people are like, well, I just have to have this price or whatever. Sometimes if you drop down $3 or $4, you're going to throw a sale away because you're not willing to come down $3 or $4. And again, if it's very close, if your margin, if you're just not making anything, if it's newly listed, I totally understand. But if you've paid $3 for an item and somebody is offering you $25, $30 with free shipping, it's only going to cost you $3 or $4 to ship it, which means the whole thing's about $6. Then eBay's going to get their money, makes it around $10, and they're offering you $30, and you're going to make $20, or maybe they're offering you $35. You originally wanted $50, and you're sort of wanting to, like, I really want to get that $40, or I really want to get that $45. You're making a good profit. Don't lose the bird in the hand. And again, if you absolutely know something is worth X amount of dollars, you have experience with this item, you're a very experienced seller, you're an antique seller, collectible seller, or the item's a seasonal item and you know it is absolutely going to go up in price within the next month or so, that's a totally different situation. But I really see oftentimes sellers, they'll get themselves in a lather over $3 or $4, and you're overlooking the profit that you're going to make. And don't overlook the profit that you're going to make. It's okay for the buyer to save a few dollars. That's what they want to do. That's what Best Offer is all about. And you get the sale and you make a good profit. So keep that in mind. Now, to get engagement on Best Offer items on eBay, you want to make sure that your listings are optimized, that you have great titles and great item specifics and great descriptions. Oftentimes people, really their titles are awful and they're going to have a hard time to get found in search. The item specifics aren't optimized correctly. There was information about item specifics in the past few updates that eBay's put out. Some sellers don't stay up to date on all of that information. So if you hop over to my website, ilovetobeselling.com, and what you want to do is grab the free tip sheet I have called How to Dominate eBay Search, or Dominate eBay Search. Grab that. I've got some great free tips for you on how to optimize your listings for eBay search, because that will help your items to get found by shoppers so that you can get the best offer and you can get the item sold. So do that. So again, maybe come down, if the offer is within a couple of dollars and you're going to make a nice profit, take it. Enjoy the profit. Get the item sold. Get it out of your home or your warehouse or wherever you're storing it and move on. Okay? And that's my tip for you. I'm Kathy, and I love to be selling. Bye-bye.